back students to the video lecture series. I am Adil Mansoori from Civil Engineering Department of LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. And today we are going to start with the next portion of this subject, and that is the wastewater engineering. Okay, but before starting, let us recapitulate about what we have already covered. So starting with the introduction, in the introduction portion we had already covered about the components of the water supply scheme. Okay, then we had covered about the different types of water demand. Then we covered about the rate of demands, what are the factors affecting rate of demand, then location of the water treatment plants. Okay, then we covered about the what are the different types of or different methods of population forecasting, right, why it is required. And in the last topic we had covered about the water treatment train. Okay, so let us now move ahead and discuss about the second topic that we had covered, that was collection and conveyance of water, and in which we had already covered about different types of intake, right, canal intake, lake intake, reservoir intake, or the river intake, right. Then we also covered about different types of joints, different types of pipes, different types of pumps. Okay, and then we had covered about the rising main. Then we covered about the water treatment processes and units, starting from the screen, then clarifier, flocculator, clariflocculator. Then we discuss about flash mixture, right, mixing devices. Then we discuss about rapids and filter, different types of filters, right, then disinfection. So everything we had covered in this particular topic, that is water treatment processes and units. Okay, then in the last chapter we completed distribution networks. Okay, and in distribution networks we had covered about different types of distribution system, right, and different types of different distribution networks. Okay, and we also covered about the how to calculate the distribution in the loops. Okay, so that was all about the water supply engineering portion. And now let us move forward and let us discuss some of the important terms which are necessary for the wastewater engineering. And the first one is the wastewater treatment. Okay, so it is the process of removal of physical, chemical and biological impurities. Okay, so in wastewater treatment what happens is the wastewater which is present in the or which is generated contains various types of impurities, right, including physical, chemical and biological impurities. So in wastewater treatment what happens is we remove all those physical, chemical and biological impurities. Okay, then second one is the reactor. A reactor is a vessel in which wastewater undergoes physical, chemical or biological reaction in order to remove impurities which are present in it. Okay, then the third one is the coagulant. We already know what the coagulant is, right, we had already covered in the water supply portion also, right. So a chemical which is added in water or wastewater which produces gelatinous flocks, right, so that they are heavier in weight and they will settle down in the sedimentation tank. Okay, and while settling they will carry all the floating particles which are present in the tank. Okay, and they do not settle by their own. Okay, so one of the famous coagulant or the maximum used coagulant is the alum. Okay, and next is the coagulation. So the process of addition of coagulant is known as the coagulation. Okay, then influent. Yes, the influent is a new word for you, that is whatever the wastewater is entering a particular treatment unit is known as the influent, and whatever the wastewater is coming out of the treatment unit is known as the effluent. Okay, and last is hydraulic loading rate. Okay, so hydraulic loading rate is nothing but the magnitude of the discharge in cubic meters per hour or per minute or per day that is received by the treatment unit. Okay, so hydraulic loading rate means whatever the wastewater you are supplying a treatment unit, okay, in meter cube per unit time. Understood? So for example, if I supply 1000 meter cube of wastewater in a particular treatment unit in one day, then hydraulic loading rate will be 1000 cubic meter per day. Understood? Fine. So let us now move forward and start with the first portion of the wastewater engineering, that is the collection and estimation of the wastewater. Okay, so as we all know that whatever the water we have collected from the different intakes, right, then it is supplied to the treatment plants, and from treatment plants, after treating the water, it is supplied to the different areas, okay, with the help of distribution network. Okay, so this treated water is supplied to the residential areas, then commercial areas and industrial areas. Now, when you supply the treated water to the residential area, commercial and the industrial area, what happens is a fraction of the supplied water is consumed and a fraction of supplied water is generated as the wastewater. So the water which is coming out or as the wastewater from residential area as well as commercial area is known as the domestic wastewater. Okay, once again, so the wastewater which is coming out of the residential as well as commercial area is known as the domestic wastewater. Okay, so this domestic wastewater contains human excreta, urine, microorganisms as well as pathogenic organisms. Understood? Next is the water which is coming out of the industrial area is known as the industrial wastewater. Okay, some of the examples of the industries which generate or which emit this industrial wastewater are the paper industries, then textile industries, then leather industries and the chemical industries. Okay, so these are the few examples of the industries which generate the industrial wastewater. Understood? Okay, so let us move ahead and start with the classification of the wastewater. Okay, so domestic wastewater includes sewage and sewage. Okay, whatever the water is coming out of the bathroom or kitchen or wash basin is known as the sewage, and whatever wastewater is coming out of the toilets, lavatory basins or water closets is known as the sewage. Okay, so domestic wastewater contains sewage plus sewage. Next is municipal wastewater. So in this case we have to consider two different sub cases, that is industries included and industries excluded. Okay, so if you consider including the industries, then the municipal wastewater will contain domestic wastewater plus industrial wastewater plus the storm water in case of rainy season. Okay, however, if you exclude the industries, then municipal wastewater will contain domestic wastewater plus storm water. Okay, so domestic wastewater will be sewage plus sewage. So the municipal wastewater which will be considered excluding the industries will contain sewage, sewage and the storm water. Okay, so let us now move ahead. Okay, now you might have the question, what will happen if wastewater is not disposed of? So you very well know that if the wastewater is not disposed of properly, then there will arise some unhygienic conditions. Okay, these unhygienic conditions will lead to the growth of the flies and mosquitoes and insects or microorganisms, and as a result there will be epidemic of diseases. Okay, so it is extremely important to dispose of wastewater generated. Okay, so the next topic is components of the house drainage. Okay, so it includes soil pipe. The soil pipe will carry the waste generated from the lavatory blocks or the toilets. Okay, next is the waste pipe. The waste pipe will carry the waste from the, that is the wastewater from the kitchen, wash basin or the bathrooms. Okay, then there are sanitary fittings, for example water closets, wash basins, bathtubs, etc. are considered under sanitary fittings. Okay, next is traps, right? There are three types of traps, that is P trap, Q trap and S trap, right? Then Nani trap is there, gully trap is there, right? So these are the different types of traps which are considered under house drainage component. And last is the house sewer. Okay, so after collection of the wastewater from the entire house, the sewer or the pipeline connecting the final chamber of the house and the main line of the area, that is main pipeline collecting the wastewater of the area, is considered as the house sewer. Okay, so in short, the house sewer will supply the wastewater generated from the house to the laterals that are further connected to the main sewerage network. Okay, let us now move ahead and start with the components of the municipal sewerage system. Okay, so components of the municipal sewerage system includes lateral sewer. Okay, so the lateral sewer is the sewer that receives wastewater from the house drainage, okay, or the house drain or the house sewer. Okay, and it is further connected to the branch sewer. Okay, so branch sewer will receive the wastewater from the lateral sewer and it will connect to the main sewer. Okay, so main sewer is the sewer of the entire city, right? It will collect the particular wastewater generated from the entire city and supply it to the wastewater treatment plant. Okay, and last is the outfall sewer. So the sewer which will connect the main sewer of the entire city and the wastewater treatment plant is known as the outfall sewer. Understood? So these are the different components of the municipal sewerage system. Understood?